Hello everyone, let's be friends. I'm sure you've had those words before, or perhaps you've even used it on your dating journey. So a guy meets a girl, and there's that initial spark. So in your head, you're already building up ideas, and you're thinking, oh, I really like this person, and I want to be in a relationship with this person. And suddenly you are told, let's be friends. If we're honest with ourselves, this often comes with a feeling of rejection. You begin to ask yourself questions like, am I not good enough? Or why is this person not wanting to be in a relationship with me and instead just wants to be my friend? But what if we pause for a moment and just flip the coin and ask the question instead, is friendship such a bad thing? Or is being friends an important thing in a relationship? If you have watched my last video, in that video I touched on 3 important phases in a relationship: the friendship phase, the courtship phase, and the partnership phase. Today, I'm going to focus on the friendship phase, or more, how do you establish this friendship phase and how do you nurture it? I've met a lot of happy couples that are in long-lasting relationships. And when I ask these couples what's the one secret ingredient to a lasting relationship or to the longevity of the relationship, they often tell me, we are best friends. They go on to tell me that they started off first as friends before building into lovers. In such cases, I ask the couples, so where is the place of the romantic feelings in the relationship? And they often tell me the romantic feelings will fade over time, but what lasts is friendship. So imagine that you have not built your friendship or your relationship on friendship. As time goes on, when the romantic feelings begin to fade off, that relationship may not be able to stand the test of time. It then means that friendship is actually the basis of any lasting relationship, and it is so important that we guard this phase in our relationship journey. So again, we know that these lines, or there are no clear-cut lines as to when to be in a friendship, when to be in a courtship, or then when to be in a partnership. So people confuse it. How long should I stay, or what should I do in order to nurture this time in our relationship of when we are just building friendship? The first thing I like to say here is you have to guard your heart. You have to guard your heart because out of the abundance of the heart comes these feelings, comes everything about us. Now you ask me, how can I guard my heart? I have these feelings for this person, the sparks are there, I like what I see, and I just don't know how. Now there are a few pointers that I like to use in order to measure the level of how to stay on this level of friendship for some time, how to just try to stay and establish friendship. The first thing is you have to be able to ask yourself, how vulnerable am I willing to be in this relationship at this point in time? Now, to be able to understand this, we also have to understand that honesty is so important in any relationship. In fact, honesty has a binding force between two individuals. It changes the way that people begin to relate to themselves and also to begin to see each other. I have a friend that came to me once and said to me, oh, I am in a relationship now, or I'm dating this person, I really like him, and I'm getting confused, and sometimes I actually feel bad because it looks like I am being dishonest. I have some part of me that this person doesn't know about, or there are some secrets that I wish or that I would like to share with him, but I don't know, or I'm just confused. What do I do? And what I asked this friend is, what phase are you in your own personal journey? How vulnerable are you willing to get? Because when you begin to divulge certain secrets about yourself to the other person, what you are doing is you are actually becoming more vulnerable. You are exposing yourself to that person. You are letting down your guard. And then what happens here is, now this actually has a binding force. It connects you, or it binds you more to the other person. The key thing here is you have to ask, you have been dating this person for some time. Do you think that he or she is ready for such information? I am not saying that you should not tell. I am not saying that you should lie. The question is, when should you tell? Are you ready to tell? And is the other person ready for such information? The reason I say this is because sometimes when we give too much information too quickly at the early stages of a relationship, we may scare the other person off. So you have to ask yourself, where am I? Do I want to do this now, or should I wait for some time? So that is the first thing. Being honest, being open, sharing certain secrets about yourself. The other thing is really guarding the use of certain words or phrases that may just elicit a feeling of commitment. The very popular one that we often use is, I love you. A lot of the times we say, I love you, but do we really mean it? Or do we actually know what comes behind saying, I love you? When you say, I love you, or when you love somebody, it is a choice. We often mix it up with feelings, but loving somebody is a choice. So when you are saying, I love you, what you are saying to the other person is, I give you my heart. I want to be committed to you. You can count on me. In certain aspects, I would always, or in all aspects, I would always be there for you. That is what you are saying to this person. So when you are in the friendship phase, when you are trying to build friendship, you really have to ask yourself, is that the time where I should be telling somebody, I love you? Or where you should be using certain words like, I cannot do without you? Or you are the best thing that ever happened to me? So guarding the use of these words will also help us to guard and nurture friendship. The other one is your relationship with other people. So before you met this person that you are now dating, you had other relationships, be they with family members or friends. You had dreams. You had certain things that you wanted to or you would like to accomplish. And then suddenly when you meet this individual, all of these feelings fade off. And you are not even thinking about anything else but just wanting to spend time with this person. Again, this feeling is actually natural. The feeling is normal that you just want to be with them or what. But this is where you have to now step back, because you are trying to build friendship. You do not want to confuse the friendship with a committed relationship. Sometimes you find out that when your friend starts dating somebody, they just fade off completely. You don't see them anymore. You don't spend time with them anymore. So this is also the case here. If you find that you are just being isolated, you are having everything about you wrapped around this person, you always want to be with them, you always want to be in their company, you want to invite them for all events, you are completely losing yourself, then it's a time to step back. Because what you're trying to build or what you might be establishing is a pseudo marriage. And even in marriage, it's not good for you to lose yourself completely. So talk less of when you are just building friendship. Now the final thing I like to talk on, or the final measure that I like to use to be able to guard my heart, is physical intimacy. This is one very sensitive topic, and there are so many opinions about the place of physical intimacy in a relationship. But we must also establish, or we must also know that when you are building friendship, you need all your judgment to be up 101%. You need perfect judgment. You want to be able to discern the attitude of the other person. You want to be able to discern certain vibes that the other person is passing across. Whether we like it or not, when we get intimate with somebody, it beclouds our judgment. We are not able to make that perfect judgment call anymore. We begin to make excuses for the other person's attitudes or certain things that we would not necessarily have condoned if we had that judgment 101%. The very final thing that I like to say is, in everything, please do not rush yourself. Take your time. Enjoy meeting people, enjoy dating different people, just trying to discover yourself and trying to learn about different temperaments and truly establishing what you want, so that at the end, when you are ready to go into a relationship, you are really ready. You have the right ingredients. I like to stop on this final note that a wise man will build his house on a solid rock. For a relationship to last, you have to build it on the rock of friendship. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope to make it a date next week. Bye bye.